Hey, what's up you guys, it's your boy The808 Thug, Little HENJIN, and this is a video about the Birdman. Anthony West, also known as the Birdman, Anthony West, which I'm going to assume that's his name because it says it right there. Anthony West, also known as the Birdman, is a YouTuber that reviews and gives his criticism on movies, sometimes other entertainment, and fellow YouTubers. He's very accurate, and he provides facts to back up his statements. And he has a great sense of humor, and he seems to be a fan of Blanca from Street Fighter. I'm a fan of Street Fighter too, because of Chun-Li, because I want to fuck her. That's why. I need it! But anyway, on his YouTube titled The Birdman, which he joined YouTube back in October 31st, 2008, and currently has 322,000 subscribers. He has over 79 million views. Also, he has slightly over 900 videos. He created series such as Exposing the Grift, Let's Talk / Did It Suck, and Everything Wrong with CinemaSins, one of my personal favorites. This is my way of showcasing what he does in my creative way. This man is great at what he does. Also, he's black, so you know he has a huge dick. Let's start the video.
Then back to Shady Lady, then to some Hong Kong porn, back to Shady Lady, then onto this much older boat, back to Shady Lady, then onto some Hong Kong traffic, back to Shady Lady, and honestly, I've never felt tension quite like it.
Hey. I didn't see no Hong Kong porn. That's illegal. And trust me, I was looking.
Wait, the Birdman, you're telling me it's illegal? Well, good thing the dark web exists. Nobody will ever find out about my plug Wang Lee, because nobody's gonna watch this fucking video. I will slap you so hard you end up in the Ming Dynasty.
Looks like casual racism will be the third returning character in this sequel, and will be leaned on so much it should have top billing.
Isn't it funny how of the three racial groups in this situation, the white one is the one offended? Because I speak for all black and Asian people when I say, we all enjoyed this and found this funny.
I agree that this joke is very hilarious, but we can't forget that Jeremy is white, and white people typically don't mind their business and are easily offended.
I see this is your first Rush Hour movie, even though Fugazi Birdman told me he already sent your Rush Hour 1 video a few years ago. By the way, how does that work, my dude? Is this not a different CinemaSins since you're from an alternate universe? I was told by Ascended Birdman that CinemaSins is the one constant. That although there are other versions of CinemaSins throughout the multiverse, as we saw in the Everything Everywhere All at Once video, this normal version of CinemaSins is present in every multiverse that we Birdmen can traverse. So there's something like a beacon of stupidity across the cosmos, a canon event, if you will. Whoa. Ass-ended Birdman? I mean, I get it's Pride Month, but what kind of name is that?
Nice fourth wall break, but ass-ended Birdman?
Nice. Slow down, baby.
Turning Jackie Chan into a creepo when you've already spent so much time establishing that this is Chris Tucker's job.
Objection. No straight man sees Rosalind Sanchez stripping into black lace lingerie and resists getting bricked up. I'd argue straight women see Rosalind Sanchez and get bricked up.
My nigga.
Let me stand on a soapbox here. Art does not have to conform to your politics. Oh, I need to elaborate further? Okay. If an artist wants to depict a character as having less than savory morality, the artist should be allowed the freedom to do so. Otherwise, that's artistic censorship, and I'm not comfortable with that. I think people have forgotten what fiction means, and they attempt to place fictional stories in the context of their reality, which is a failure to understand what it means to be fiction. This is why people lamenting Disney Star Wars cracks me up. Fiction can be whatever we want it to be, and it doesn't say anything about the artist other than they have an imagination.
Yes, sir!
Displaying your faux pussy for all to see.
Right. What? Why didn't you remove a sin?
So I switched with someone named Kamala Khan?
Switched will do a lot of heavy lifting for most of this movie. And no, there's not ever a satisfying explanation for the switching. Yes, they explain it, but I said there's not ever a satisfying explanation for it.
And that is a subjective value judgment. Imagine if I sat here and sinned Reese's peanut butter cups because I personally preferred Snickers. Which is true, by the way. The fact that there are people that will immediately get upset about that explains why subjective value judgments are irrelevant forms of critique. You personally didn't like a thing. Okay, and?
Hey Anthony, I personally don't like Snickers or Reese Cups. I'm more of a Milky Way type of guy. Also, I like the movie The Marvels, but a lot of people don't like it. What the hell is a faux pussy?
It's the superhero equivalent of being able to shoot an NBA three-pointer. You all think you can do it
until it's time to actually do it.
Sensational.
The good guys dress in black. Remember that, just in case we ever wind up in space with scroll contacts. The title held by she, Valkyrie, means the Easter egg that you saw you did not see.
Jeremy raps in a video cliche.
Hear me good, nigga. I'm here to double down. That shit is a 2-pack of ass.
The universal weapon was here a second ago, but now it isn't. And I'm wondering how many teleporting things this movie wants me to keep track of in order to follow along and enjoy. Which, for the record, I am not.
Huh? What were you saying?
Nah, I'm not sure what Enema Sands was saying either. But Birdman, I see you're a man of culture.
Good morning, Your Highness.
Coming to America is about a prince who wants to find true love with someone who doesn't know that he's a prince. But I gotta tell you, he's bypassing some absolute talent in the first 5 minutes of this movie. If this were me, movie over.
Okay, but if you understand his goal is to find a wife that isn't about the glitz and glamour, what the hell are you talking about? This movie isn't about Jeremy of CinemaSins, it's about Akeem of Zamunda. Garcelle Beauvais is fire, but Akeem is looking for someone that loves him on the inside. Not every dude is looking for an Aisha Curry. You know, an ungrateful motherfucker that literally has everything but is still seeking attention from the internet.
The royal penis is clean, Your Highness.
What's even more impressive is that her makeup is still fully intact after being underwater washing for the last several seconds.
Ignoring the fact that water-resistant makeup has been a thing since forever, sending the royal penis scene, that's worth these many sins.
People who
Fun fact, until watching this specific video, I never knew that the royal penis is clean line came from Coming to America. I always thought it was originally made by Timothy De La Ghetto. I wish I had somebody to clean my penis with their mouth.
But of course, you're CinemaSins. The only person worse than you at analyzing things on YouTube is this guy.
Racism has never been a problem in this country at all.
Shut up, bitch!
This movie has at no point shown itself to be self-referential in any way, so why is this fourth wall breaking?
Except this is the point where the movie is showing itself to be self-referential. What the hell do you want them to do? Open the movie with, we're going to be breaking the fourth wall occasionally, thanks. This is what happens when someone who is pretending to be comedy comes up against actual comedy.
But where in New York can one find a woman with grace, elegance, taste, and culture? A woman suitable for a king? Queens!
Hardy har. Are you seriously not going to research Queens before you go there? You're just going to judge it by its name? Did you notice there was a place called Flushing in Queens? Sure, it has nothing to do with toilets, but this is the kind of logic you're using.
Turn around, ladies, for me, please. You know there's a God who sits on high and looks down low.
I do recall all of those Sunday school lessons about the god of ass.
Jeremy makes a
oh my God, Becky, look at her butt.
Pop culture reference that isn't a sin in the movie cliche.
And walking.
No, actually, the Birdman, I think he was referring to me, because I am the god of ass.
I mean, he's literally always attempting to speak to her and watches her from afar. Hell, back in college, there was a woman I loved to look at so much, I decided to wear shades indoors just so I can look at her without anyone noticing. It'd be like that sometimes.
Police! Help!
Yes! Yes!
This whole time, Patrice has been whacking him off under that jacket, but it looks like she's perfected the over-the-clothes version of it and got him off in under 1 minute. And all I have to say is, where's my Patrice?
Have you tried OnlyFans? I heard the ones with low followers will do something strange for a little piece of change.
Yet again, another factual statement from the Birdman. I spend $1,000 a month on OnlyFans models. I'm still not sure if fucking OnlyFans models on a meetup is legal or not. But $20 is $20.
Jeremy is a white person from Tennessee. My point is, he's pretending he's never heard all black people look alike, and if I got my Bible correct, lying is a sin.
Also, how would they even know Akeem was the one who gave them the money or where he went afterwards? Mortimer was half asleep when he set the McDowell bag on his lap.
Says he wouldn't know Akeem gave him the money, shows a scene of Mortimer looking Akeem square in the face. CinemaSins. These niggas be capping.
Yeah.
She went from I love Akeem, but he lied to me to let's get married in no time.
Are you missing the fact that Akeem is not only a really great guy, but also a super rich prince? If you aren't trying to marry someone like that, what the hell are you even looking for?
This f***ing guy.
Ah, I see.
I already know what type of person I'm looking for to marry.
Oh, nigga, you gay!
Wait. Wrong picture. Yeah, that's the right one. Yeah. Who wouldn't want to marry Mantis?
One of the reasons I'm not allowed to watch a kids movie in the theater is because I want to yell out, where's this How does he pee?
Old man asks, where's the penis in a children's movie?
I don't think that's the only reason why you're not allowed at kids' movies, Jeremy. Probably the same reason why Pee Wee Herman wasn't allowed at movie theaters. R.I.P. Pee Wee Herman. But if you know, you know.
But right now, the truth is in my hands.
What an odd name for a spherical sex toy. That's what that is, right?
A what? Either you or your wife has a hallway if you think that's a sex toy.
Birdman, I agree. But I have seen some weird ass sex toys. Even bigger than that. But I'm gonna assume he would be the one that shoved that up his ass thinking it was a sex toy and not a Pokeball. You know, because gaping is a thing. Anybody watching this video that doesn't know what that is, don't look it up.
It's not news if it can't be verified.
Breaking news! We have verified that anyone who wears sunglasses indoors is an asshole.
Jeremy just called countless blind people assholes.
Fuck you, CinemaSins. I wear glasses indoors. That's why you get no pussy.
Well, that's a bad guy, Carl.
And yet you get into the car without a protest of any sort.
Well, I don't know about you, but if Suki Waterhouse motions for me to follow her while she's wearing pink latex, I'm getting in that goddamn car.
Yes! Hell yeah!
Maniac doesn't capture Mewtwo and create a purple gas that makes other Pokemon insane, so that Mewtwo can fuse humans and Pokemon together. Good advice!
I know I already sent him for this, but hearing Pokemon over and over grinds my gear so much I'm giving him another 100 cents. I know you want to ask, hey Birdman, you padding the thing count, bro? And my answer is,
you're goddamn right.
The only thing that's gonna be padded is the padded room that people are gonna think I need to be in after I say this. I actually thought it was called Pokemon the whole time, and I'm still gonna call it Pokemon. I can't agree with everything, senpai.
Computer animation baby collects another soul if you look it directly in the eyes.
Everything wrong with Toy Story, ladies and gentlemen. A bunch of bullshit.
None of the neighbors see this stuff. Am I the only person in America who spies on his neighbors?
Jeremy spies on his neighbors.
Buddy, you're weird.
I found my moving buddy.
What a whore.
Slut shaming.
I know that's a toy and all, but hear me out. I'd smash.
Boy, if you don't...
Alright, back to the video.
Oh, Jesus, here's 2.5 inches of growth between April 03 and May 03. And my point is, this movie thinks male human boys grow roughly a centimeter an hour, and that is whack.
I understand that you're attempting to use hyperbole here to exaggerate your point about the film showing unrealistic amounts of growth for a boy, but since you're attempting to nitpick this film, I'm going to have Stan nitpick you. Take it away, Stan.
Actually, if he grew a centimeter an hour, and if there were 1,272 hours between April 1st and May 23rd, that would be him growing roughly 42 feet. And that's just not realistic.
Thanks, Stan.
No problem, Birdman. Now, about your pronunciation of the Malaysian language.
So that's Stan, everybody, if you're not familiar with Stan. It took me a while, Birdman, but I had to watch enough of your videos to understand that was a spray bottle. You're spraying them with water. Whole time, I thought that was like one of those machines from Saw or some shit, like a chainsaw or some shit. I don't know why. So we met all the regulars. FB, the Birdman himself, and we heard the mention of Ascended Birdman. And Stan. It's like his own cinematic universe. I wish I was as creative as this guy, you know, and that tall. Everybody wants to be the Birdman. I know they do. Who wouldn't want to be Birdman? He's the fucking greatest.
Get off that nigga dick, bro. What is you doing?
Would kids in China really need their Robert the Sponge who wears the quadrilateral trousers, both dubbed and subtitled?
5 cents for calling SpongeBob SquarePants Robert the Sponge who wears quadrilateral trousers, because his actual name is SpongeBob SquarePants, you uncultured swine. Also, the subtitles are there because people in China speak different dialects of Chinese, so while the dub may be unintelligible for someone who speaks, say, Cantonese, the characters are there for all Chinese speakers.
Give him a break, Birdman. He probably thinks SpongeBob in China is actually canon. You know, the YouTube video.
In order to get their point across, they have to exaggerate certain things. I mean, look at how beautiful this school is, or how handsome the titular character is. Kids don't look that good. Alright, that came out weird, but you know what I meant.
Ew, cooties.
This man is 43 years old, people.
Storing your wines where they can get all the light.
If you understand what this means, you are an alcoholic. And I'm sure in the Quran, that's a sin.
Haram.
Cyberstalking.
Is it really cyberstalking if they make their Instagram public? I would consider it cyberstalking if you made a fake profile to follow their private IG.
First off, I like to smoke weed, fuck alcohol. And I guess it's okay that I just followed you on all social media and liked all your posts on Instagram. Because it is public, so it's not stalking that I also looked at all your followers and found your baby pictures. So I know it's not stalking because it's all public. Thanks, Anthony.
Unknown to Charlie's still alive conspiracy theorist, but that coffin sure seems super light. Yeah, I know these women warriors are very strong, but that coffin is empty.
Jeremy answers himself cliche with a dash of pointing out obvious things ex machina.
He missed one of the most obvious things. They're all fucking bald and hot.
This drill bit looks like a giant penis, and no one looked at the props guy and said, really?
Jeremy points out boner. Also, if your dick is shaped like that, I feel sorry for the women that have to deal with this. I mean, you're not touching any walls with that thing.
Well, I'm so glad my dick doesn't look like that. But Birdman, we can't act like Jeremy's actually seen a dick before, because he doesn't have one. He's a Ken doll. It's just plastic there. There's no balls, there's no crotch, there's no hair, it's just nothing there. And we definitely know he's never seen a vagina. Also, some bitches don't got no walls.
Guy clearly sees a body in a bag and still follows her deeper into the slaughterhouse.
I mean, it's a slaughterhouse. You're going to see bodies in bags. But dude, the chick that he's following is Tracy Lords, one of the most famous and infamous porn stars of her time. If this lady is taking you somewhere seedy, you'd better go.
I'm more of a Pinky XXX super hit type of guy. But I'm seeing a pattern here, The Birdman. Why every time it's a hot girl trying to lure you to some type of place, you would just automatically go with them? Have you not watched any hood movies, The Birdman? Or is this some type of sarcasm? Because in hood movies, the bitch that's trying to fuck you is usually the one that's trying to get you killed. But if that was Cherokee Diaz, she got me.
Police officer, I didn't mean to scare you. The front door was open.
This guy followed the police protocol. If the front door is open, the officer is required to sneak up on the occupant of the home.
Wait, let me get this one. In my universe, Jeremy said this about the cop in Home Alone.
Going home, the house looks secure.
This asshole says the house is secure, even though Kevin didn't lock the door as he was running away from Marley. Smells fishy. This cop must be on Sal Maroney's payroll or something.
He says the house looks secure. What does Kevin not locking the door have to do with that statement? You're suggesting the cops have the right to just enter someone's home, and they don't. So the point is, he would later contradict this reasoning. Oh, dude, wait, you were telling the truth. You are from a different universe, because I definitely didn't do that video yet. Jesus Christ, you still up to this point thought I was making that up? It's been 3 videos, which is another thing, because back in my universe, I was outputting over 3 a month. What? I've been busy. Suck my dick.
Don't threaten me with a good time. Oh wait, you weren't talking to me.
Seem a bit tense.
She actually looks calm as but whatever.
Right, because this is totally the face of a chick that is calm as Last time I saw a woman's face like this, she tried ending me. Take it how you want.
Last time a bitch made a face like that at me is because she was mad because I busted in 10 seconds. After I tried to explain to her, I thought she was her sister. They were twins.
Wouldn't the implication be that he's going after the head of the snake again? God damn, you watch movies like I watch porn. Damn the story, I'm here for the ass.
Same, the ass is the best part, to be honest.
Whoever made this movie was deeply scarred by Dennis Rodman in some way.
You have that backwards. Dennis Rodman began dyeing his hair as an homage to Simon Phoenix.
I wonder if Dennis Rodman also changed his pubic hair color too. Anybody got like a picture or something of that? Birdman? Do you know this information?
Nope.
These barrels are full of C4.
That is quite ridiculous, but not quite as ridiculous as that laugh.
That laugh is indeed ridiculous. Truly outrageous.
Besides, Rush Hour 3 is the 4th best Lethal Weapon movie.
Give her some action.
Boner engaged.
That's bonerist. Also, I see why this video is unlisted.
I can't fault him for that. That's Sandra Bullock, and she's sexy as fuck, but he has no chance. She likes her men like she likes her coffee. Black and creaming all over her.
Futuristic board meeting unwittingly inspires Skype.
You can tell this video is old as hell. Who still uses Skype? That's like still using AIM. Yeah. That's like still using AIM.
RIP Skype. I'm so old that I actually know what the fuck you're talking about. I actually used AIM before. I'm 50 years old.
Finally matched his meat. You really licked his ass.
Lick his ass?
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Okay, I'll admit spoonerisms and malapropisms are hilarious, but this chick is supposed to be a hardcore student of John Spartan's era. How the f*** did she swap enough words in her study to create like 5 of these jokes in the movie?
I guess the Lethal Weapon 3 poster didn't tip you off, even though you noticed it. Huxley is something of a poser.
Sandra Bullock isn't my futuristic girlfriend in this scene.
Sadly, Sandra Bullock AI-generated nudes is the closest that you're gonna get, Jeremy.
Yes, the pre-SJW CinemaSins, where they claimed hot women not being attracted to them were problems of the films they were in. 2015 was a magical era.
Thinking. Oh my god, I'm sorry, wrong number.
precise futuristic physical sex-forbidding society still leaves room for accidental naked video calls.
They said you couldn't touch someone else. They never said anything about you touching yourself. Loopholes.
I blow this guy.
That's what she said.
Wait, that's not the music. This is much better.
I said certified freak. 7 days a week. Wet ass P-word. Make that pull-out game weak.
Half black, half Japanese character has been created with the intention to confront the issues half black and half Japanese people encounter. When those characters are created, those same racists still complain, as you can see by our friend Kang Min Lee chiming in with his unemployed take. Given that I am uniquely suited to talk about this topic, I thought it could be interesting to provide a rebuttal for Eric's points, so let's take a listen.
Now, if you've been following me, you know I've spoke about this a countless amount of times. A lot of videos that I used to do on YouTube was talking about tokenization, what some call maybe blackwashing, taking these characters that are classically or have been classically portrayed in one way, and they swap them, and oftentimes it's for social or political reasons.
Incorrect. First of all, Eric is misusing the word tokenization. Tokenism, in its correct sociological context, is the practice of a company or a business making a hollow attempt at giving the appearance of racial or gender equality. And it's important to emphasize the hollowness of the attempt. If you don't understand, just watch a scene from this underrated 21st century classic film.
I am the token black guy. I'm just supposed to smile, stay out of the conversation, and say things like, damn, shit, and that is whack.
A few moments later.
Why is it every time I tell a guy they can put it wherever they want, they always stick it in my ass?
Because most women don't like it in the ass, and fucking somebody in the ass feels really good. Attractive white bitch from the movie I don't remember the name of. But I would prefer fucking a girl in the pussy. Everybody has an ass.
Oh, damn. A few moments later.
After they're done, I always take a huge dump.
Shit!
A few moments later.
On their chest.
Oh, that is whack!
As you can see, tokenism is the usage of black people and other minority groups as window dressing, and not an earnest attempt at including them in the important aspects of that business or media property. A minimal acceptance, in other words. Tokenism is hypocrisy. One little student in the University of Mississippi, that's hypocrisy.
Great point. I can't stand when people use certain terminology incorrectly to make a certain narrative they're preaching work. What the fuck is blackwashing? If there is whitewashing and blackwashing now, why is there no Spanish washing or Asian washing? Hell, half of them motherfuckers probably don't even wash their ass.
This is the problem with Eric's position. He attributes malice without any evidence, suggesting that these characters only exist for political reasons. Referring to black characters in these properties as tokens insinuates that being white is the default, and therefore black characters have to justify their existence in a story, otherwise they're token. This would imply that Eric himself is a token. I mean, the group he associates himself with are majority white men. Has he justified his own existence in these spaces? Or is he the resident house nigga doing their bidding?
He's basically like Samuel Jackson and Django for real. Uncle Ruckus would be proud.
Well, looks like our favorite anti-woke grifter is back at it again with a shit take about the MCU. And being the apparent Disney shill that I am, let's uppercut him again, shall we?
Oh dear, 2025 hasn't exactly been a bumper year for the MCU, with back-to-back flops in the shape of Brave New World and Thunderbolts.
Hold up, I just noticed something. Why the fuck does he sound like Shrek, but act like a fucking donkey?
We're not even 10 seconds in, and he's already lying. This group, Nerdrotic, Critical Drinker, Geeks and Gamers, that one vampire from Blade, they keep trying to sell this lie about marketing. You know the one, that these Marvel movies have giant marketing budgets, so when I show you that Brave New World made almost 2.5 times its reported budget, you, being the nicely trained parrot that you are, would then tell me that this movie's marketing budget was identical to its production budget, meaning the film needed to make around $500 million to break even. If not identical to the budget, something close to it. It's hard to keep up with all the goalpost shifting these people do. Anyway, that's why Will is calling Brave New World a Flop, because he's trying to sell you on this marketing budget lie, something that is quite prolific on the internet. Here are all the facts. Number 1. We do not know what the marketing budget for any of these films are because this isn't publicly released information. Oh, that's the entire list. This isn't public information. So where are all these marketing budget quotes you see flying around on the internet even coming from? So the point is, anyone professing to know the marketing budget for a film is very likely pulling numbers from their asses or Deadline, who are also apparently pulling numbers from their asses. The critical drinker and other grifters and outrage merchants rely on normal people not knowing this information so they can pretend this is an issue and collect social outrage clicks on their shitty content.
I have never heard of that shit, as when you look at the budget, that is the actual fucking budget. Why would there need to be a secret budget? Matter of fact, the only reason why I think that they released the budgets to the public is so they can show how much money they made. So why would there be a secret amount that they would release to the public when that would discredit the budget that they put to the public? Why would they even let people know that? That's bullshit. The problem is when a lie becomes popular and people start believing the lie, when they hear the truth, they don't want to believe it because the lie is too popular. So they don't want to believe the truth because the lie is the more popular thing to follow, and some of these people are sheep. They don't lead the pack, they follow the pack, and I smoke the pack.
Who in their right mind would turn their back on a leading role in a big budget Marvel movie with a huge paycheck at the end of it? Well, if I was a cynical man, I'd say it's because they wrote Reed to be a weak, cowardly pussy who gets bossed around by his far more powerful and assertive wife for most of the movie, and the leading men of Hollywood are getting almost as tired of playing characters like that as we are of watching them.
What the fuck are you waffling about? There's so much wrong here, I don't even know where to begin.
Even if he was being a pussy to Sue Storm, which he wasn't, I'm under Snow Bunny hypnosis as we speak. Hell, I'd let her peg me, bend me over, and hop to and spit on my butthole. Huh? As she slides the peg in, because his wife was hot. I'd be her bitch any day. I don't think that was the point you were making though, Birdman.
Are you dumb? Besides, we have evidence for why people turn down Marvel projects, ironically, from one of this movie's actors, John Malkovich. As you can see, John states the main reason he previously turned down MCU roles was due to the pay and the nature of how these films are made. These are superhero movies, and not every artist is into that sort of thing, and on top of that, they require long-term commitments due to the nature of its shared universe. That's where the "till you're 90" joke comes from in Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah, that is one of the problems with contracts. It's a major problem if you don't see yourself doing the same role for years and years to come. Because you're not sure if you can ever move on to a different venture because you're too busy with the old one. Because either it gets too popular or you're in a contractual agreement that you can't get out of. But I always wanted to make my own cinematic universe so I can underpay people to work for me till they're 90.
Now, did nobody at the studio put up their hand and say, we've been doing this whole MCU thing for 5 years now, nobody likes it, everyone's making fun of us, and it's losing us a shit ton of money. Can we maybe try something else now?
Let's look at all the properties you showed in this footage. Multiverse of Madness was a near billion-dollar movie that was loved by the general public. Black Widow was a film that was released during the pandemic and had a simultaneous streaming release, so its box office numbers are not indicative of public interest. What are these ratings? Love and Thunder was also liked by the public, and it made nearly $800 million at the box office. Wakanda Forever was critically acclaimed and was about $100 million shy of making $1 billion. She-Hulk is a TV show that I know most of y'all didn't even watch.
Unpopular opinion, but I actually liked She-Hulk. I watched it for the plot. The plot means She-Hulk's ass, right?
So the live stream was first, the video was second. Keep that in mind as we watch this video.
Too lazy, but I can show you the trailer. I guess we should.
It's directed by Craig Gillespie.
Yes.
So Lance states clearly that this movie was directed by Craig Gillespie, and you hear Drinker acknowledge that fact. But in his own video, he never makes any mention of Craig, and strangely exclusively picks on the writer, ignoring that Drinker is a flaming misogynist that always always finds a way to pick on women in any situation, not acknowledging Craig Gillespie is a big red flag. And being that Drinker was aware of who directed this film before he uploaded his video, this is proof of him being a disingenuous liar who either refuses to do any research or withholds that information from his audience in order to further his agenda.
She likes to go and party on other planets. Planets with red suns. Oh. Because of our metabolism, you can't get drunk on a planet with a yellow sun.
Mind you, this is a film the Drinker has apparently seen and reviewed, and you won't believe Drinker's response to Ryan explicitly telling him this information.
She goes to systems with red suns so she can actually get drunk.
Yeah.
But it
Yeah,
shows
which
her
makes-
actually drinking here. Like, it's not... Like, I would care, like, what's the point in drinking alcohol if it literally doesn't have any effect on you?
Did you guys catch that? He was literally told why it does have an effect on her, and his response was to double down, saying it shouldn't affect her. The guy is a brick wall. This is who you people follow. A man where relevant information cannot penetrate his thick skull because he has already made up his mind. His own friend just told him why he was wrong, and he just reiterated his point as if Ryan didn't even say anything. My jaw dropped while watching this.
Talking to him is like talking to a brick wall, and he also probably eats fucking bricks. I don't like talking to people like that. You could tell them everything 100% factual, and they'll still go with what they believe over what you fucking told them that is the fact. I had friends like that. They're not my friends anymore.
Friends of the channel, Eric Debunks, High CHD, and Otterly Noah were recently called out on EFAP. I don't know what the correct parlance is. Fapped? Jerked off? I don't know. The point is, those three creators got an EFAP video made about them, specifically about their responses to the Critical Drinker Predator Badlands video, and I saw Eric's quick response to their video where he makes the point that EFAP seems to have left out a very specific YouTuber who calls out the Critical Drinker, and one who just so happens to also have a response to Drinker's Predator Badlands video. Because I'm bigger than them, they're steering clear of me.
And the last thing I want to address is the lack of a reaction to the Birdman's video, where the Birdman shares almost every single opinion that I have, maybe Noah's as well, but for sure my opinions on the Critical Drinker's content. He goes in and he absolutely demolishes and destroys Critical Drinker.
I have become a name in this space, so people want to see me taken down. That makes sense to me. Everyone wants to see if the challenger that has been knocking people out can take on the champion. It's compelling. But it is annoying that in order to do that, people have to mischaracterize me and blatantly lie. Like this guy who says Birdman is EFAP's #1 hater. I have literally never made a video about EFAP. As I said earlier, I don't even watch this stuff, but that's the kind of thing that's being said in this comment section. The response to that comment isn't any better. I mean, he says that I need Drinker and Mauler to get any traction on my videos. He is irrelevant to me. Sure, he's cohorts with some of the worst people on the internet, but that doesn't make him a bad person necessarily. Could he be a piece of shit? Maybe, but I wouldn't know because I don't watch him. My goal is to cut the head off the snake, and right now, that's creators like Nerdrotic and the Critical Drinker. You prove to people why they shouldn't watch these creators. That has a profound effect on those trying to be just like them. So, for every row, just add 4. Since Sparky and friends seem to think that the Critical Drinker is the new barometer for my success, let's go down the rows until we get to my first video on the Critical Drinker, and then count up how many CinemaSins videos are above it in views. Wow! That was quick. It only took until we got to the 7th row. In other words, the video I made on the Drinker is the 26th most popular video on my entire channel.
It's correct. At the end of the day, it's your content. It's your likeness that draws people to the channel, not the particular topic. Although I know clickbait exists. If you were talking about some shit nobody wanted to hear about, then nobody's going to click on your page. Usually. The reason why I think people show interest in you, the Birdman, is because there ain't much people making content like you, exposing grifters and actually having statements to back up what they say, and actually having good jokes and jabs and ways to combat bullshit that's being said. I'm also a musician, You know what I'm saying? I'm an artist. So if somebody were to tell me the only reason why I was popular was a particular person or a particular group of people, that would be false. The real reason why I even have as many subscribers as I do and streams and made any money off my music was not because of one particular person. It was because of me. I'm the person that made the music that motherfucking people wanted to come to listen to. It wasn't because of one person. So Critical Drinker would never be responsible for your success. So Critical Drinker and not even CinemaSins would be the reason for your success, the Birdman. It's me. I think it's time to expose the Birdman. I've been buying views for you for years. All of your subscribers are fake. All them times you took me to Kyoto to sell ass for you. You know how many dicks I had to suck to get you as an extra on Avengers Doomsday? I'm just kidding, Birdman. But what I'm really trying to say is, I didn't click on your video because of Critical Drinker. I didn't click on your video because of CinemaSins. I clicked on your video. I clicked on the first video I ever seen from you because it was recommended to me, and it seemed like something that I would want to watch. It had nothing to do with a popular name attached to it or phrase. It just looked like some interesting shit that I would like, and I enjoyed it. So fuck them. You don't actually need to respond to them though, the Birdman. You think Jeff Bezos gives a fuck about somebody living paycheck to paycheck? Basically what I'm trying to say, keep taking these motherfuckers down and giving them the facts, but at the end of the day, they ain't even worth your time. But show them who the fuck is boss when it's needed.
Someone sent the Cynical Grifter another super chat about me, and we're going to respond to that. But first, a bit of background. There's this loser that's been making video after video after video about yours truly called Sandman Cinema, a disingenuous piece of shit parrot that basically clips my videos out of context in his weak attempts at making me look bad. I mean, his videos are hate videos, not criticism videos, and he's clearly just a right-wing loser that gets upset when people criticize right-wingers and their ideas. So the super chat states that I, the Birdman, believe the drinker is running scared after my quote takedown end quote videos, and that drinker doesn't know I exist. So let me, the Birdman, answer this super chat. I don't think drinker is running scared because of my videos. Not in isolation anyway. No, it's clear that drinker has no intention of responding to any criticism because that has the potential to threaten his business model. It's similar to The Wizard of Oz. There's a man behind the curtain, and acknowledging someone talking about the man behind the curtain makes that criticism real in the mind of his followers. Ignoring that criticism prevents the majority of his audience from even knowing the criticism exists. That's why he doesn't respond. So it's not that he's scared of me in particular. He's afraid of losing his audience, which he definitely would if he engaged people criticizing his ideas or got into some type of debate. They don't want no smoke with me. Not that type of smoke. Not real life smoke. I don't think grifters in general want to argue their positions. I think they're pussies. I mean like in a debate. Now, I don't like debating because I think of it as pageantry. It's a popularity contest. It's, oh, you know, this guy has more followers than you, therefore they won the argument. This is how people actually think. I'm a hater for saying that you lied about this thing. That's hate. That doesn't even make any sense. But whatever. That's what they do. They brush me off and they don't have to engage with me, which is fine. I'm not looking to be acknowledged by these niggas. Like, I don't give a fuck what they think. They're wrong. They're bigoted pieces of shit. Fuck them. So no, I don't think he's scared of me, but he's definitely afraid of exposing his audience to people like me because we directly threaten his ability to make a living by telling them the truth about him.
Why would a liar respond to somebody that's going to tell people the truth about them? Perception of the person is that they're genuine and they actually care, but the reality is they don't give a fuck about them. They're just a paycheck. They're ad revenue. Whatever narrative they're spitting, if that's what's giving them the green, that's what the narrative will be. Once they're the minority, they'll hop on another bandwagon, and if that fails, they're fucked. The only thing I'm scared of, Birdman, is that kaiju-sized monster in between your is you not watching this video because of the length.
3 months ago, I released a video titled Exposing the Grift, Kang Min Lee Got Fired. The overall point of that video was to show how heinous of a person Lee really is and to laugh at his downfall, as he is truly an evil person that deserved to lose his job. It wasn't about differences of opinion here. This guy is actually evil. Out of all the people I've covered in this series, and I have covered some truly heinous individuals, Kang-min Lee is easily the biggest scumbag I've talked about. Unlike people like The Critical Drinker, Lee doesn't attempt to hide his disdain for other groups of people, as he has openly attacked black people, other Asians, Jewish people, gay people, women, Muslims, you name it, this piece of garbage has done it. So I don't have any qualms about laughing at this person's misfortune. However, I do draw the line at wishing him physical harm. That is to say, if he were attacked or worse, I would not celebrate that, as I believe death is too final an event, and being that I'm an atheist, I do not believe in divine punishment.
I'm not sure if I can say that I wouldn't be happy if certain people died, but I wouldn't wish it upon somebody. Also, the Birdman is an atheist, but the Birdman's one of my favorite atheists, although I'm a Christian. But I agree, the Bible is full of contradictions. Most religious people are fucking dumb. My favorite atheist list consists of the Birdman, Hannibal Buress, Anthony Jeselnik, and Seth MacFarlane. But I feel like there's a different word for what I'm called. Everybody is safe to worship or believe what the fuck they want to believe. But there is people that I like that don't believe in what I believe, and that's okay. But some people that are evil might need to get the fuck out of here, you know?
What's up, everybody? It's your exasperated neighborhood Birdman. And today we're going to talk about Madam Web. This premise is insane. He decides that he has to kill these girls now because he's been having dreams that these girls will kill him. Now, he's not wrong, right? Because like he obviously got bit by the spider and now he's having, you know, precognitive visions. But Jesus Christ, it's like, why not like try to find the girls and maybe reason with them? There's a leap in logic to, oh, these girls are trying to kill me, I have to now kill them, instead of going, well, why are they trying to kill me? That seems like the first reasonable thought a human being would have.
Seems like a logical way of thinking, the Birdman. It was probably just another case of self-preservation. He wasn't thinking logically, he was just thinking about protecting himself by any means necessary. Plus, this movie had shitty writing. It was one of those damn nigga here ass movies.
The CGI is actually pretty good for the Venom movies, right? Morbius, yeah, I mean, Morbius fucking sucks, so what are you gonna do? But this movie's CGI is kind of obviously bad. Like, at the beginning of the film, they show the spider people saving Cassandra's mom, and it just looks fake. I'm talking Kim Kardashian's butt fake. It's like, it's wow. Like, what?
Yet another thing I agree with. The CGI was definitely fake as fuck. That shit was Wendy Williams' boobs fake.
There was one joke that made my theater laugh, and it was her discovering her powers, and then she had a confrontation with Ezekiel, who had been walking on walls like a spider. So she thinks, well, maybe I have that power. I have no idea why she would think that, but okay, sure. She gets on the wall and tries to climb the wall, like ragdoll pose. And, and that was funny. I'll give you that. I chuckled. And that made my theater laugh. But like the rest of the movie, oh my God.
I would like to take this moment to say, I would fuck Dakota Johnson. She would get fucked harder than anybody that actually had to pay a ticket to watch that shitty ass fucking movie. I feel bad for you for actually having to pay to watch this fucking movie, because I watched it for free. I know you don't believe in the concept of hell, but Madam Web is the exact movie that would be playing on repeat in that place. It was torture. That's true internal damnation.
Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to Let's Talk, the series where we spend an exorbitant amount of time thinking up ways to say the series where. This is your friendly neighborhood Birdman, and today we're talking Minecraft. Given the target audience of this film and the fact that people might find it weird there are two middle-aged men as the protagonist of a video game movie that's clearly directed at teens. What I'm trying to say is that this film is good enough with Jack and Jason, and the other characters are rather boring.
Although the other characters were kind of boring and didn't do much, I just like Danielle Brooks' ass. I mean, Danielle Brooks' acting. Her acting. Shouts out to James Gunn.
The film also randomly cuts back to a villager and Jennifer Coolidge dating, and the film thinks this is really funny, and it's really not.
Let's be honest about Jennifer Coolidge and the villager dating. I think at this point, that's the only thing that's going to have sex with her. Hard pass.
This is another thing I would have cut from the film altogether. Also, your mileage may vary here, but Jack Black bursts into song a couple times, the first of which made me honestly question if this was a musical, and I just missed the marketing material about that, like how I didn't know the Mean Girls remake was a musical, but fortunately, it's not a musical. I think the filmmakers just wanted to remind everyone that Jack Black is a rock star, so he gets to flex a couple times.
I personally came to the movie only to see Jack Black. Just a little bit of that school of rock nostalgia, and who didn't like Kung Fu Panda? Not really a big fan of Jumanji. I love hearing Jack Black sing. He always brings something to the table that only Jack Black can bring when he does a movie. And that's why I enjoy Jack Black doing voice acting or when he's on screen, because what he brings to the table. I'm not particularly a fan of Jason Momoa, but him and Jack Black being in the Minecraft movie helped me create one of the best fan fictions I think I've ever wrote.
All in all, I think this is going to be one of those movies that the critics think is meh, and the casual audience and fans of the franchise will love. And I lean more towards love than meh. A B. Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to Let's Talk, the series where, if there were 4 of me, there'd be more than 100 videos in this series. This is your friendly neighborhood Birdman, and today, we're talking Fantastic Four First Steps. One thing I think this film does better than Thunderbolts is juggle its cast and their abilities, where each member of the group are shown to be powerful and unique characters. Well, it's exactly like the stories I read as a kid. This is a comic-accurate Fantastic Four, right on down to Mole Man.
Yes, the movie was definitely good and very accurate to the source material. Mr. Fantastic was actually fantastic. The Thing was awesome and looked like the fucking Thing this time. Sue Storm, the only thing I had a question about her powers, which I might have to read up on the comics again, is the fact that she was able to hold off Galacticus by herself. I just felt like that was a little bit of stretch, but maybe I don't know the extent of her power. But I was confused why people didn't understand why Franklin Richards, even as a baby, was like that. That nigga's like that. But most people wouldn't know that. They're just like, well, how the fuck does baby know how to bring people back from the dead? It's a fucking baby. There's a reason why Galacticus wanted that baby. Johnny Storm was awesome. He was on fire. Really good cast. Really good acting. Everything about the movie was good. But it was missing one thing. It needed a scene with Johnny Storm fucking the shit out of Silver Surfer. That is all. Other than that, it was fantastic.
Another thing I really liked is this film avoids the pitfalls of other MCU films, where some of the other films feel like they need to drag in some parts in order to not overwhelm you with the fantasy elements of a comic book movie. This film's pacing is such that something interesting is always happening, that even in the slower, more human moments, you're still being given a stream of comic book movie things, and this is what I watch MCU movies for. I want to see the characters I grew up reading on the screen doing superhuman shit, not working at a Baskin-Robbins.
Damn, my boy Ant-Man out here catching strays. But I don't fuck with Baskin Robbins anyway. Dairy Queen all day, bitch. Hey, what's up you guys? It's Lil HENJIN, The808 Thug. And you made it to the end of the video. I'm glad you made it to the end of the fucking video. The808 Thug came here to show y'all what Birdman does. And he's very honest. And he's very cool. He has good jokes. He's very truthful. As I said, didn't lie about him. I think I wasted my time making this video. But if y'all did enjoy this video, I'll be making some videos similar like this. Maybe. I'm out.
The 808 Thug Production.